Okay, kids, it's reading time. The book I'm reading, one of many, The Wuhan Cover-Up and the Terrifying Bioweapons Arm Race. Okay, let's see where we're at. We're on beginning of Chapter 8. Chapter 8 is the heyday, the bioweapons industrial complex at full production. While the 1925 Geneva Protocol banned first use of bioweapons in war, it did nothing to prohibit their development and stockpiling for quote-unquote defense, deterrence, and retaliation. By 1969, the Pentagon was spending $300 million, which is a lot more now, a year manufacturing chemical, biological weapons, and delivery systems. My head just started getting cold. Got out of the jacuzzi. Okay. By 1969, the Pentagon... we already said that. The Pentagon routed much of this funding through pharmaceutical and chemical companies. At this time, one of the many was Pfizer. They've been part of the Pentagon's bioweapons program for a long time, as we noticed during this scamdemic. Okay, defense contractors and universities with computer systems that could solve the complex meteorological and biochemical challenges of dispersing germs and gases by air. CBW, which is Geneva Protocol? No, CBW. What is CBW? I forget. Oh well. Whatever CBW. CBW scientists from Germany, Japan, and the U.S. labored at Fort Detrick and other top secret laboratories proving grounds at 6 military bases, more than 70 university campuses, and many private and non-profit corporations devising ways to weaponize pathogens, gases, herbicides, pesticides, snake, spider, and sea urchin venom. Oh yeah, and cobra venom is the only thing that has similar to the COVID so-called virus, all the same symptoms. And a lot of the companies that, according to Demagogue, a lot of the companies in Wuhan, I think it was him that said this, a lot of the companies in Wuhan who contracted for the Wuhan virus outbreak center had cobras in their logos. Is that a quinky dink? I'm not a quinky dink theorist. Okay. Defoliants and any array of odorless, colorless nerve gases. Distilled mustard gas, blister agents. Wrong car. It looks similar. That's okay. I've done that before. Lethal asphyxiators and incapacitating and riot control agents. Fort Detrick's life scientists were experimenting with 160 biological agents. A little kid tried to open my back door and he realized he was in the wrong car and he got all sad. Including infectious diseases like tularemia, which is rabbit fever, Q fever, viral equine encephalitis, pseudococcus, I think the P is silence. Cytosis. Pneumonic plague. Pulmonary anthrax. Biologically engineered anthrax, which is what was sent to by Fort Detrick to the Congress so that they would sign the Patriot Act, and claiming that it had something to do with Saddam Hussein, which had nothing to do with anthrax nor with September 11th, but that was the excuse used to bomb and destroy their country and kill millions of people. That's what a terrorist nation does. Okay. What else? Pneumonic plague and brucellosis bacteria, as well as virulent fungi, rusts, blights, and rots, weaponized to destroy food crops. CIA operatives at Fort Detrick were also cranking out innovative new gadgetry for dispensing weaponized pathogens, including aerosol and powder dispensers and sophisticated projectiles capable of overcoming the barriers that had thwarted Shido Ishii's failed efforts to deploy biobombs in battlefield settings. As biological agents were grown in liquid, water amounted to roughly 75% of their cellular substance. Therefore, America's venturesome germ warfare scientists put Herculean effort into developing techniques for freeze-drying biologicals so as to stuff as many killer germs into canisters, bombs, shells, and missiles as possible. Attacking food production is a persistent preoccupation of germ warfare enthusiasts. One reporter described the facilities at Fort Detrick in 1959 as including, quote, laboratories for mass breeding of pathogenic microorganisms and greenhouses for investigating crop pathogens and various chemicals that harm and destroy plants. By 1966, resourceful U.S. researchers had succeeded in freeze-drying a rogues gallery of devilish microbes, including bacteria such as plague and anthrax, parasites such as Q fever and Rocky Mountain spotted fever, viruses including yellow fever and encephalomyelitis, and anti-crop fungal diseases like rice blast and potato blight. Freeze-dried bacteria, supersonic warheads, and synthetic biology. I'm going to read that section next. Oh, take a little nap. Okay, I start working a little while, and I'm dozing off. I always take a nap after I read because that's when I get dozing off. Easiest way to, if you can't get to sleep at night, just pick up a book and read by your bed, and you'll go straight to bed. Okay, at least I will. It doesn't matter how interesting the book is. You it just settles you down when your body's tired of it. Shut off. At least mine does. But of course, I can fall asleep doing anything. including driving, which I did. And these are 3rd-degree concrete burns on my hand around here and here because I flipped it and my hand went out the window right here and caught my head from hitting the cement as the car was flipping off the freeway, off-ramp in Compton, near Bellflower, when I was working there back in the 90s. When I was almost 25. So I gotta take a nap. So when I drive out, well, all right, peace out, guys.